Hello, everyone, and I'm going to have to apologize. I know that there's been a lot of talk lately on the internet about the best deck in Modern, which is very clearly the Treasure Hunt deck, and this is just going to be yet another video on Treasure Hunt and how it's taking over Modern. But, I really made some fantastic changes to the archetype that I think are worth showcasing. So let's go ahead and get right down to it. So as you all know, the combo is very simple. You cast Treasure Hunt, which has no text. That's how powerful it is. It just assumes that you automatically know what this card does already, which basically draws you 30 cards, and then you play Zombie Infestation, and you make a lot of zombies and kill your opponent. But previous lists of this deck included 3 Dismal Backwaters, but I've replaced those with Gemstone Caverns. And I feel like there are some times when you're on the draw and your opponent's draw might be a little bit faster than yours just because they had, the fortunate ability to go first and whatnot. And Gemstone Cavern really just, it evens up the playing field a little bit. And it's also a dual land, when you're on the draw. So it mitigates the need for the Dismal Backwaters in the first place, for the mana fixing and everything, and I think overall the Gemstone Caverns are a very good add to the deck. And you might be thinking, well, if they're so good, why aren't you playing 4? But, maybe you're not as familiar with Gemstone Caverns as I am, but this is a legendary land, you see. So, there are some diminishing returns there. You don't really want to draw more than 1, so I think 3 is the correct number. And yeah, everything else is pretty standard, I think. 54 lands, 4 Treasure Hunts, 2 Zombie Infestations. That's just the core of the deck, and it's been tuned basically to perfection at this point, seeing as how everyone is playing it. So hopefully, I guess we don't run into too many mirror matches. That would be kind of annoying. You guys might notice that my deck is all foiled out too, which I think is really cool. I do think that these cards are just going to go up in price, and at that point, the foil versions are going to be worth a lot. They're going to be very highly sought after. So I thought I would just, take the time, invest in the foils, and, watch my bank account grow. So the main deck is pretty standard, like I said. The sideboard is a little bit different. The original version had 7 islands in the sideboard, and I've replaced those with 4 Nile Spellbombs and 3 Swamps. The deck does want some lands in the sideboard for when you are on the play and your Gemstone Caverns are no longer as effective. I prefer Swamps to side in place of those. And also, if you play against a land destruction deck, having some extra lands is actually pretty helpful. Like you can just get those hands where you just don't have enough lands and they're able to Stone Rain a couple of them. And, thankfully, we have built our deck in such a way to be resilient to Blood Moon. But I think a lot of people are going to be moving off of things like Blood Moon and Fulminator Mage as a response to this deck and play things, more like Stone Rain, just the classic one. So I like having the extra lands. And graveyard matchups were a little bit difficult, so I decided to add some Nile Spellbombs too. So that's it, and hopefully I can showcase the power of the deck, and through some tight play, maybe we can outplay our opponents a little bit and hopefully get to a 4-0 record. That's really what I'm shooting for. So let's do it.